Oprah is really mad that everybody's saying, hey, you got $1 million, you got $1 million. And so she came out in this little impromptu interview that TMZ did and said, no, that's not happening. I did not get $1 million. I never took a dime. I never took a dime from Kamala Harris. Take a look.
Hey Oprah, good morning. How are you, darling? You looking very good. How do you think the election went?
Not talking about the election. Thank you very much.
Oh, is it true that they paid you $1 million for the endorsement for Kamala?
Not true.
Not true, okay.
I was paid nothing, ever.
What do you think about all the celebrities with their mass exodus?
I'm not talking about
Do you think Prince Harry's gonna lose his visa now that Trump's president? Thank you, Oprah.
Okay. So she wasn't too thrilled with the questioning. But you see, here's the story that started it all. It wasn't just Oprah. It was like Meghan the Stallion, Beyonce. This was crazy. So the Washington Post did this deep dive, how Kamala Harris plowed through $1 billion and still didn't win. Apparently she's paying off all her friends, courting the celebrities like no one's business. This guy had a funny reaction to it.
Guys.
Oh, we can't hear him. Can you hear him? Let me try again. Let's pump him up.
Listen to this.
I can't get over these numbers. $10 million for Beyonce.
What?
To step up and back Kamala Harris publicly. $5 million for Megan the Stallion.
What?
$3 million for Lizzo. $1.8 million for Eminem.
What?
Is that normally how it goes? You spend 20.
Hold on a second. So, Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. How much do you think Donald Trump paid him? Do you think Donald Trump can afford Elon Musk? I don't think so. So you're telling me these fake relationships is what you guys wanted in the government? People paying people to act like they like each other. Y'all playing too much.
There's something like really, really wrong with it. Think about it. Because they never disclosed that. I have ads on the show and stuff and I tell you about it, but these people never disclosed. Beyonce's not out there saying, hey, I got a $10 million check for this appearance. And you don't have, and it's one thing to be a paid member of the campaign team. It's another thing to be doing what is alleged Oprah did. Now, the Washington Examiner, as I said, they went through the campaign filings. And what they found was that there were two expenditures to Harpo Productions, each for $500,000. Now, maybe Oprah's saying, I didn't get any money. Maybe it was her company that got money. But even still, what, for production expenses? That doesn't make any sense. Listen, if I'm going to interview a possible president, I foot the production expenses myself. That's just how it goes. That's how it's always been done. I've never heard of anything outside of that. So I would pay for my team to go there and do the interview. Or the presidential candidate could come to my studio right here and do the interview, and that would be fine. But the idea that somehow you're getting paid $1 million, that doesn't, and come on, it's so precise, right? 500 and 500. I'm not buying it. We'll see how this all shakes out. I don't want to insinuate she's doing something that she's not, but I'm curious. I'm going to have to go back and look at the FEC results myself, and I'm going to bring them to you, and we're going to discuss just exactly where this money was going. We know apparently $100,000 was spent trying to recreate the Call Me Daddy podcast, kind of a raunchy show, because Kamala didn't want to travel to the studio, so they just created the studio in a hotel room. All I can say is thank goodness she's not running my money. Thank goodness she's not running our taxpayer dollars, all those crazy things like the $50,000 to every black man that was a, quote, forgivable loan, meaning it was a handout. Thank God we don't have that going on. Well, Donald Trump's having a little bit of fun with it. He did something rather magnanimous, if you ask me. He said, and I quote, I am very surprised that the Democrats who fought a hard and valiant fight in that he meant 24 presidential election, raising a record amount of money, didn't have lots left over. Nope, they didn't have much left over. Now they're being squeezed by vendors and others. The vendors need to get paid. They had all those Beyonce concerts. Beyonce got her check before she went on stage. Whatever we can do to help them during this difficult period, I would strongly recommend we as a party, and for the sake of desperately needed unity, do. We have a lot of money left over in that our biggest asset in the campaign was earned media, and that doesn't cost very much. wow, it kind of makes me wonder, is this why the mainstream media was so nutso over the possibility of him winning? I mean, were they being paid? There's a little money going on behind the scenes, and then given that Donald Trump won, they therefore didn't, and consequently, you're now looking at an environment where, I don't know, you might actually have to fire some people there at CNN, or maybe you just have to sell MSNBC, because it seems you're going to take a hit because, the money spigot isn't still there, because, you're going to have to change your tune, Democrats. You're going to have a whole new focus. America made a really big decision, and Carville, I love it. I got to play this again because James Carville is so spot on. I don't like the idea of the opposition. Believe me, I don't like that. It sounds very Latin America-esque. But he's right in that they're going to have to hunker down and discover who they are, because they are no longer the party that's representing working America. No way, no how.
Let's get it there, and let's act like an opposition party. Yeah, an opposition party. We have no power. You understand that? None. We have no legislative power. We have no executive power. We have no judicial power. So when you're out of power, you're an opposition party. And go and tell all of the people that are sending you and asking you for money, justify what you did, justify what you did wrong, and tell us what you're going to do different. Because what you've done ain't worth it. All right? Get your head around that. And all of the Washington-based Democrats farting around, going to wine and cheese parties and talking about how misogynistic race, get your out of Washington and go work on a 2026 campaign and do penance to make up for your goddamn arrogance and stupidity.
Yeah.
So we're not going to say, well, we're going to say, we told you so. We told you this identity was disaster. We told you to get out in front of public safety issues. You didn't. We told you to have an open process and demonstrate the magnificent and staggering and deep talent that exists in the modern Democratic Party. You didn't. We told you to differentiate yourself from Biden. You didn't. I hate to be some know-it-all, but all of these things are part of the record.
Yeah, they are. So you do a little soul searching now and figure out just exactly what went wrong. I have a feeling there was a little too much money in the way, all along the way. And so you got obsessed with the wrong stuff. And you know what? You lost America. As you should. That's what happens.